Is that working? What is up, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? My name is Unrequited Solace, in case that needs to be said. And yes, I had to think about it. And no, I'm not ashamed. But how you doing either way? We're doing another Mirror Dungeon run. This will probably be one of the last Mirror Dungeon runs that I can pull off. Not quite enough for one of these two. That's a pity. But we're just doing 5 floors. Probably. Grab these two. But this will probably be one of the last times I actually bother doing, or I'm actually, sure, I actually bothered to do a Mirror Dungeon run from, you know, this previous season. What do I need? Do I need steak? I think I need steak. Phlebotomies. Phlebotomies kind of overkill with this team. Smoke some wires or cutting knife. Cutting knife. Do I actually need cutting knife? That's actually going to make a difference. Desktop. I haven't pulled up the fusion guide on my machine. Let me see. I do need the cutting knife. I want cutting knife over smoke some wires. I like smoke some wires a lot for the speed management, speed control, but like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Extra bleed application, you know, bleed count and bleed potency is so much better for this team. Holy shit. Sonic, you weren't even joking. You actually bought a whole bunch of Prime subs. What? This has nothing to do with the YouTube video. I'm looking through my Twitch stuff. I'm looking through my Twitch dashboard right now. In case you guys are curious, holy shit. Wow. Now I kind of feel bad because I don't have anything. I don't actually have anything to bring to the table on my Twitch account. That's a lot of fucking. That's a lot of. Damn, that's a lot of subs. Okay. I got an emote somehow. Oh, hi, okay. I'm now eligible to get rewards for DVD. I thought I already, yeah, I already got them. I have many things to talk about, apparently. Holy crap, first off, Sonic, if you're listening to this VOD, watching it on YouTube, doing whatever it is you're doing, thank you so much for getting all of these Prime subs out of the blue. I don't know how you drummed up like a huge fraction of the earth and encouraged them to just press a magic button for my benefit, but thank you. Holy crap. I'll message you on the side privately to say thank you. Like, legitimately, legitimately, when you reached out to me this past week to just check on me, I was like, and I saw you said something about the gift subs. I was like, you're just being a goof. I get it. Apparently you're not. Holy shit. That is amazing. I went from having like 2 normal subscribers to having apparently 58 is the magic number. Prime subs? Is that what they would be? I guess they'd be Prime subs. And I'm not complaining about that. That's a big fucking number. That's thick as hell. Alright. Regardless, let me focus my attention back to YouTube. Back to you guys. I don't have a whole lot to say about Limbus, if I'm being honest. Not saying I hate it, but to be honest with you, the burnout's kicking in pretty heavily. I'm to the point, especially with this past week, I've been to the point where I've logged in and done my dailies at best, and then I don't really, I don't really do much else. So it was nice to just take like a week-long break from Limbus and other stuff. For those of you wondering on YouTube in particular, on the off chance you don't really, there's not an off chance, it's the likely chance that you guys don't follow my stuff, right? Because I'm not, keywordless or charge. I mean, we don't need charge. I don't know what this one is. Cool, come on, don't fail me. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, Zippo. Oh, okay, so we have phlebotomy and Zippo before the first floor finishes. That's not Nice. Malarka, I usually struggle to get that stupid thing. We're just gonna go ahead and move on to the next floor. Oh man, I can't believe we got Malarka. But yeah, for the record, for YouTube in particular, not that you guys asked, but you know, I'm kind of using YouTube as a chronicle of my like my day-to-day, I guess, if I can call it that. Something thereabouts. But yeah, oh no. There you go. Yeah, yeah, okay, now you've got it. But yeah, like, about, not this past Friday, but the Friday before last. Actually Thursday, the Thursday before last, I had a really bad job interview, and that got me pretty bummed out. I was pretty embarrassed by how I handled things. Not saying I was, you know, I came off as immature or rude. I just came off as underprepared and didn't really have the answers I needed for the interview. I took that personally at first. I internalized it, and so I started off by just taking the weekend off from the just from streaming, because I really wasn't in the mood. And to be honest with you, at the time, if you guys play DVD, you'll know what I'm talking about. At the time, Springtrap had just been released, and he was so buggy. I was like, I'm not even gonna humor this game. I'm not gonna humor it. I'm not gonna try and figure out how to handle a stealth killer that can make zero noise when he teleports across the map and approaches me. Right, there's no sound effect from the door. There was no sound effect. Well, there shouldn't be sounds from him because he's supposed to be undetectable. On top of that, he was bugged to be a lot of times invisible when he teleports, which is a good feeling to be on the receiving end of. And if that's not bad enough, I want money, I think. But yeah, as if the bug... Hey, is this normal mode or hard mode? Cancel. Okay, it's hard mode. I want the defense level. Do I want... I could sell Gossip. It's better to do this, because that's good fusion fodder. This is hard mode. Good. I'm glad it defaulted to hard mode, because if it wouldn't have, then... I don't know that you can switch to hard mode in the middle of normal. Is that a thing? I'm looking for a Badoober. Here it is, the cheat sheet. I know I need Arrested Him. We're probably going to run that, because I can combine that with Malarka for Devotion. Yeah, I'm not going to use my brain further. Let's just get going. Let's just keep going. We're going to hit up these double question marks, because I am trying to get through this pretty quickly. Give me the blunt one. That's only going to help Gregor on this team. And nobody else. I don't remember what I command. I usually do death. Uh-oh. That's not good. Come on, win it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Ah, there we go. Alright, that healed everybody and gives... Oh, I thought it gave money too. Alas, I'm wrong. Alright, not a big deal. But yeah, I took some time off from streaming. I took some time off from pretty much everything and just kind of kept to myself. But that was a good break. After, apparently, according to my last stream title, I had streamed for 29 days in a row. And I admit, like, the final week of me streaming wasn't that impressive. It was like me showing up and streaming for about an hour, then saying, time to pull the plug again. But like, I needed a break. I need to pace myself in a more healthy way instead of, you know, streaming for eons and eons. And then forcing myself when I inevitably get burnt out. Or I need to find a good backup game. I think that's a lot of it too. I think a lot of the issue is that the game that I prefer to play on stream is Dead by Daylight, because it's just quick, it's easy, it's digestible, you know. It's not something that I have to keep playing to remember where I was at, you know, with, say, compared to, say, Minecraft, compared to, say, what's another good example? Kenshi, back in the day when I played Kenshi, that's a good example. I haven't played Kenshi in years. Probably a couple years max, but I haven't played Kenshi in a while. I could see myself going back to Kenshi at some point, because Kenshi's a good time. But I don't know, at this point I don't know what I'm gonna do, you know? But yeah, I do need to brainstorm, you know, something else to keep me occupied when I'm in the mood to stream, but not necessarily in the mood to play the same game over and over again. Especially with how volatile Dead by Daylight can be. Not just in terms of, well, you can have a really good match followed by the world's worst match, because that's just bad luck for you. That's matchmaking, especially in solo queue. But it's not just that, but also the bugs, like I mentioned with Springtrap. Springtrap being able to teleport silently across the map and give no audio cue, and because of the bug, no visual cue, was very overwhelming. Combine that with the fact that if you dare to touch his stupid doors, if you guys don't know what Dead by Daylight is, if you're not following, I apologize. I know you came here, odds are you came here for Limbus Company, and I'm talking about anything but Limbus Company. Say la vie, you know? But, yeah, what am I talking about? I know what I'm talking, just give me a second, you know? But yeah, with Dead by Daylight in particular, the other bug that would trigger from apparently touching a door, that's what I saw people talk about on Reddit. If you touched a door to open up the security cameras so you could track Springtrap, that would screw up like the spatial positional audio for survivors. And it was bad. Like, there's no sugarcoating how bad it was. I think we could have arrested him at the end of this floor, don't we? What do I want to fuse into? I need a tier 3 is really what I need. It doesn't matter which in particular, I just need it to be tier 3. Okay. That'll be tier 2. I need tier 3, which means I need a refresh. Okay. I'm not even using you two. Now this is really good for a bleed team. I'll take it. Thank you. Not really what I need right now, but I want it. Oh, come on, give me like a tier 2. That's a tier 3. Whoa, that smokes some wires. We gotta do it, right? We gotta do it. Oh, hey, I have that. Fuse first into bleed. No, don't. Here's how I want to do this. I want to sell you. Close. Buy smokes and wires. Fuse. Now we can fuse into a tier 3. No, we can't, can we? Am I stupid? You do not have to answer that. Yeah, I am. I should have fused with the smiling face and then sold one of the 2 bottles of Stardust or whatever they are. You know? Alright. Good news is that all we need is Rusted Muzzle and then we'll have Bloody Mist. Other good news is that I think we just need Ruptured Blood Sac. Oh, this guy. Why did we struggle here? What's happening? Dominating? Do that. Yeah. Intercept a fast attack first. That'll do me favors. Gregor. That'll work. Why did we... Okay. Dominating. And now you've got your... Yeah. See? Autoplay is just being a dum-dum. Like, we got this, yo. Alright, cool. Either way, how you doing? I don't remember where my rant left off about, you know, the stability of Dead by Daylight. But I think anybody who plays Dead by Daylight knows what I'm talking about. That's the beauty of it, right? Because it affects both sides. It takes turns affecting, you know, both sides, but it still bounces between both sides and screws them over both sides equally, you know. Oh, cool. You're dead. You have 7 stacks of 100 bleed. A cumulative total of 7 stacks of a lot of bleed. So the bleed is doing nothing this turn because we can't immediately trigger it, like you can burn. Well, yeah, you can. Can't you immediately trigger bleed with one of the ego gifts in this game? I don't remember which one, so don't quiz me. It'd be a waste of our time. You're not doing too well, bud. We 3-cycled you. Although this is floor 2, isn't it? It might be floor 3. I think it's floor 2. Judging by the timestamp, we're 20 minutes into the recording. Or into the stream, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's only a 1 out of 3. We'll do it. For the money, really. Gossipium. Thank you, game. Thank you, game. Everybody's favorite bleed toy. I don't have him. Right. Defense level for Carmilla. Carmilla's, yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't need today's expression again. Anything in part, I like this. I really don't want to deal with the eyeball, but we're gonna. Endorphin, yeah. We are gonna hit up some question marks. This is Wishing Cairn, right? Is that what it's called? Very high, thank you. Let me see. OBS says this recording has gone on for 15 minutes. Yeah, this is floor 3. I could have literally read this, but instead I didn't. But yeah, that's fine. That is a-okay. The goal is to get through this pretty quickly, if I did not communicate that. Because I have done Mirror Dungeons so many times. Like, I've not grinded it as much as, you know, some people out there. And I'm not trying to pick on anyone in particular. It's like, I've never grinded Mirror Dungeon for the sake of getting one of those big Chungus screenshots that says that I'm at Battle Pass level 800, 1000, 2000, 5000, whatever the magic number is. You know? I am, if I'm being honest with myself, I am the type of person who needs variety in their life. I cannot just do the same thing over and over again and expect to be satisfied. I think that's something I really need to try and... I hate to say fix, because I don't think that mindset on its own is a problem, but I do need to find a way to, what's a good word for it? Get some control over it. Because I think my attitude does tend to become too soured over time when I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. You know? Like Dead by Daylight. Is Dead by Daylight fun? Sure. But then if I play it too much over and over again, I start taking it too seriously, and instead of it being a form of recreation, it's, I don't know, it's an addiction. It's a process, right? Limbus Company's the same way, especially with Mirror Dungeon. You know, gotta do your dailies, which is not what a Mirror Dungeon is, but you gotta do your dailies every day, or at least 5 times a day. I'm sorry, 5 times a week. Because if you do your dailies 5 times a week, then you wind up completing one of the requirements for a weekly, right? One of the weeklies, or 2 of the weeklies, are related to doing your dailies 5 times a week. Okay, that's cool. So you gotta, or you'll want to do that. Oh, good, it's just you. But you'll want to do that, and then... What are you weak to, by the way? Okay, that's saying normal damage. Alright, that's fine. So not Pierce. This team is very Pierce heavy. Pierce seems to be a really common damage type anyway, though. You're weak to Slash? I thought it was Blunt, if I'm being honest with you. Not that I care that much. Alright, did that stack now? That's a different body part. Alright, take 4 stacks of 31 bleed right to the face, and have some nails. The gripping, everybody's favorite. There. So you're paralyzed next turn? And you have gaze next turn? Hey, we staggered the arm. 130 with her skill 3, that's pretty cozy. Right. So we bullied the arm. Didn't quite destroy it, but I don't think you can fully destroy the arm or sever, whatever the verbiage is. I don't think you can actually do that against this boss, sadly. Alright, you have 2 stacks. Is that more now? It looks like it's a little bit more. Yeah, 5 stacks of bleed. There we go. Took 83 damage from bleed alone. That's the one drawback, or at least makes me think of the one drawback with bleed. Well, I guess there are a couple. Biggest drawback in Mirror Dungeon, though, is that bleed isn't going to do diddly squat against a staggered enemy. Well, thank you, game. I'm not fighting you. I do not care. Thank you. Alright, we took a smattering of damage. Nothing worth complaining about. I don't need that. No bleed. Well, I'll take Voracious Hammer. Let me see. If I do a fuse really quick, and I try to fuse bleed. I have some fusion fodder. That's 90% chance, baby. Give it to me. That is ruptured blood sac and a dark vestige again. Alright, so don't sell. Be careful there. Bleed, and I'm gonna combine this with this right? Yes. What's this one do? Clash win, trigger bleed once. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And then I thought I could combine you with, is it Malarca? Yeah. So we got this bad boy, Devotion. I never read what it does because I wind up trying to fuse it anyway. And I don't know what I need to fuse it into. Enhance? Can I, for whatever stupid... No, I can't. I was like, can I enhance that? That'd be amazing. Let me see. Do I need to keep the... No, I don't. I have smokes. The only thing I'm missing is the rusted muzzle, and then we're good to go. So let's combine you. Yes, bleed count. Alright, that's going to help ramp up a lot of bleed, and we're going to skedaddle. This is only floor 3. I don't want to spend too much time on any particular floor. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, god damn it. It is the one that's going to take the longest to kill. Thanks, game. Alright, I think you can solo a candle. No, just a gut feeling I have, you know? And we're going to have you do that, and you're going to do this. I'm fairly confident. Yeah, I'm fairly confident you can kill a candle solo. I shall impale. Oh! There we go. Not surprised that DQ could solo a candle. Alright. Alright, that is 2 candles dead. Wait. Is it? Oh, it is. Oops, I skipped the candle. Fuck. I hate playing Simon Says with this stupid boss. I despise it. You don't need to go all in on... Why? Fine, intercept the attacks, but like, just kill this stupid candle so we can be out of here. It's like I have to do all the thinking for you. Oh. I figure it'd be the one boss that I don't want to deal with. I really wish you could just kill the candles for good. Do like 5 billion damage and the game's like, I don't know what to do with this. I guess they're just dead. You know, that'd be amazing if that's how that worked. But I was not using my brain power at all. Like that's it was 100% on me. I shouldn't have had DQ use her strongest attack. There we go. Are these unclashable? No, it's just you guys are stupid. All right, can we? No, we can't actually intercept anything because you two are too slow, and nothing's attacking you. Nothing that we can do. Yeah, great. All right, so 2 attacks are going to hit. Yeah, that sucks. Just get this going. The sooner we can get some damage on this guy and bleed in particular, the better. 5 stacks of 1 bleed. 3 stacks, 2 stacks of 1 bleed. There we go. 4 stacks of 11. 6 stacks of 25. Now we're getting somewhere. There you go. Take more. There you go. 7 stacks. Alright. How much? 14 of 70. Good. 14 stacks is 70. Alright, we're doing really well now. Since the guy has 1 body part and we can pop bleed every time we win a clash, we're going to start doing decent damage to him. Pretty healthy damage. And lucky for us, Gregor decided to get staggered right before we had a turn lined up to actually wail on this guy with. Yeah, you're taking stupid amounts of bleed damage per turn. So we got this. It didn't take too long to ramp up. And you're dead just because bleed exists. Alright. Like real talk, that's what it was. He's just dead because bleed exists. Being able to pop bleed. Do I want this? Or I want money, I think. But being able to pop bleed at the end of a clash is amazing. I'll take that. This is pretty decent. I could do smokes and wires for more fusion fodder. Flash power is spooky, but I'm only going to floor 5 anyway, so I think I can live with it. purchase, gift enhance. We'll do gift enhance because that's what I'm going to be doing at the tail end of this run. No. I could, but no. I might. I don't want to deal with you. You are the easiest boss of them all. Do you have, you don't have what I'm looking for. That's what I call unfortunate. Do you possibly have rusted muzzle? Because if so, that would... No. That makes me sad. Alright, we're going to do it anyway. Because you're an easy boss. I just want to get out of Mirror Dungeon, if I'm being honest. Question mark. Hey, it's this thing. Bonus damage on staggered, right? Yes. It's the only reason I ever care about it. We're gonna probably go down because it's not really gonna matter. I can avoid the tougher fight if the thing I'm wanting is, you know, connected to that bottom path, but we'll have to wait and see. Gaze, look at that. I myself, I tell you what, I myself really still like In Court Faust. I like the utility she brings to the, you know, brings to the table with her paralyze, with gaze. Nails isn't anything crazy, but it's extra status effects for the painter characters. And I acknowledge that In Court Faust's, what do you want to call it? Her clash potential, her clash power, her clashing numbers. They are starting to feel weaker and weaker is what I'm going to say. And so she has a more difficult time winning clashes and being functional and useful in a battle in, you know, the modern landscape than other characters do. But she's still reasonable. She's still reasonably good in my opinion. She falls off really, really hard after floor 5 of Mirror Dungeon, if that matters to you, you know. Because after floor 5, like, the enemies start getting enough chutzpah, you know, through clashing and whatnot, that it becomes so difficult for her to do much of anything unless she's using an ego every turn, which is a really expensive way to play, you know, using an ego every turn just to win a clash. And so the follow-up, you know, the alternative is what I'll say. The alternative of just using, like, her defensive skill is functional. It works because she has a dodge. But you still, you know, that's still one person out of a team of 6 people that's no longer dealing damage every turn or attempting to, you know. We're going to take the bottom path because I'm being lazy. Oh, right. I actually need to look up, it's not really look up, but Twitch VODs. I do have stuff. I do have a video on Twitch. Did I ever upload this? 6/19/11. No. 11:39. Okay, so that's the timestamp. Let me double check YouTube. Content. A poise quickie. I think that's oh, I never actually did anything with it. That video. 6/19, uploaded on 19th. Yeah, that looks like I added it to YouTube and then never actually added or made a thumbnail for it. I'm gonna need to come up with a screen, not that this has been relevant to the conversation at all, I'm just kind of saying everything that comes to mind out loud, within reason of course. But why was that one popular? 12 views? That may sound little, and it's, you know, it is a small number, but it's impressive for my channel, my YouTube channel. By the way, I have a YouTube channel, in case you didn't know, Twitch. If somehow you people watching this YouTube video don't understand that the person here has a YouTube channel, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Congrats, I guess. You've been in ignorant bliss for God knows how long. It's not my YouTube channel. I'm just a guest. I think that would work in case something ever happens on this channel, like a copyright strike. Yeah, I'm not the owner. You can't get mad at me. They'd probably play the Uno reverse card and be like, well, I mean, if you're not the owner and nobody else is claiming ownership, we'll just shut down the channel. And it'd be like, well, that's unfortunate. The 12 people who watched one of my videos would be very upset, I'm sure. Just as upset as I would be if you told me I would never get, or never have to stub my toe on my bed frame again. I'd be heartbroken, really. I mean, what is life without pain? You know? You ever think of that? I don't have that. I don't have a vivid enough imagination to imagine that sort of thing. But how you doing? How you doing? I really like saying that because it's a nice, just like filler word while I try to gather my thoughts. You ever thought about that? It works really well. I'm hoping we do get out of this match pretty quickly because I want. All right, well, this mirror dungeon run in particular pretty quickly because I do want to do some Dead by Daylight on stream. Not that that matters to you, YouTube. I don't stream onto YouTube. I could probably look into it, don't get me wrong, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. Excusez-moi. I don't know that you even heard me burp. I just said excuse me anyway. Because I'm polite. I have manners. I just don't use them that much. We're gonna hit. There we go. It's very nice that there's a keyboard shortcut for autoplay. You just press P and then enter and you're done. Apparently, if you press P twice, it cycles from win rate down to maximum damage. Ask me how I found that out. What I really want to know is how people found out the keybind to trigger autoplay in the first place on, on computer. Because I've looked before. Last time I looked, I didn't see like a section in the settings for setting your own keybind. So I don't know how people found this out. I think this is a Unity game, so is there some way you can unpack a Unity game and be like, all right, what are the different key events that we're listening for? Is it something like that? Or did they have to dig into the game's code in a different way? I am vaguely familiar with the idea of, digging into a Unity game. Did I tell you guys that I made a couple of mods and I finally posted one? I know I did not tell you guys that because I posted it this past week. But did I ever tell you guys that I actually did make a mod for a Unity game? Nothing special. I'm not like, this isn't me trying to brag about making some sort of game-changing change. It's nothing like that. I just made a mod for the game called Ellen that sorts all of the skills and attributes that you have pinned that you're trying to track, sorts them alphabetically so you can actually read through the list better. Because the game itself doesn't actually do that. The game doesn't sort it. The game just keeps the list of stats and whatnot that you're trying to track in just an unsorted mess. And so it can make it very difficult. That can make it very difficult to like find things within, if that makes sense. Like the list of the attributes and skills with them being unsorted like that makes it difficult for your eye to just quickly go through the list and be like, this is what I'm looking for. And that, to me, that slows things down. I mean, it's probably not just a me thing, but it does slow things down. I dislike it, so I made a little mod and put it on Steam. I don't know if that game in particular, I don't know if its modding community uses any. Finally, a super shop. Yeah, level everybody up. We're gonna have dummy thick chutzbutt. Do this, thank you. Bump, bump, bump. Alright, we're gonna hit this up. Give me rusted muzzle and we're done. Or don't. That's tangled bond. There it is. There it be. You can go ahead and have your skill 2, I believe, because I think, yeah. And then you saying you can have your skill 2. Funny how that worked out. Alright, we're going to do a fusion. Kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh, but better. What is it? This one and then rusted? Yeah. Excellent. Do I want to try and fuse for a tier 4? Tier 4 bleed? Do I have a lot that I would want to fuse? Yeah, that'll work. Give it. Alright, not the one I'm looking for. Thanks, game. Take this. I need more fusion fodder, don't I? That's 90%. Give it to me, baby. One bleed. Oh, yeah, that's huge. That's a lot of bleed stacks. And I can sell that. I forgot I had Gossipium. Sell Gossipium, because I think that was slowing the fight down, wasn't it? Because nothing can stay staggered, because screw you, it's Gossipium. Oh, I can level this up? That's probably not nice. Yeah, first turn of a wave. Level up Carmilla. Carmilla Plus. Yeah, that's Carmilla Plus. Alright, this guy stands no chance, but he never does anyway. He's a weekly boss. He's not designed to stand a chance. He's designed to be bullied like a piñata. Alright. Yeah, look at that. Fairy gentleman. You just started out with a lot of bleed on both body parts. 16, 15 stacks of a lot of bleed, and we're just gonna pile it up even more bigly. Because the sooner we get that going, the better. There you go. Take 45 bleed. There you go. I shall impale. Alright, we already bullied your arm. It's broken. It's having a bad day. Alright, and that arm is destroyed. Since it's destroyed, that means he lost all the status effects piled up on that arm, right? Or do I misunderstand? Oh, alright. No, I guess not. I thought it was severed. I guess that's the terminology they use, right? It gets severed or not. That's a lot of nails. 4 nails. It's pretty decent for one character maintaining that, trying to maintain that, those stacks. There we go. 480 damage. That's pretty expected for her. Alright, almost 400 with his skill 3 too. Okay. Still not enough to kill the guy, and that kind of hurts my feelings. But we should be alright here, right? Yeah, I mean, when he loses a clash, he's going to take 99 damage anyway, on top of however much, you know, on top of basically 100 damage per coin he uses. So yeah, he didn't stand a chance. I guess I don't know what I want anymore. It doesn't fully matter. But this is the final floor, and what I'm going to do, offense max, no HP, because I want to get out of this match. Alright. Frick, why are you giving me more stuff like this? I guess I'll do the damage up. I don't care. No, maybe. Maybe. I guess we're doing this one. I don't want to deal with Cassetti again. The Barber's fine. The Poise Fairy's fine too. Rupture or do Pierce? Do Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan. I want this one. There we go. Gathering Skulls, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. How long has this recording been going on? 38 minutes. Yeah, I'm still trying to maintain a really fast speed, you know. That's why I'm checking. I think the last Mirror Dungeon video that I uploaded to YouTube and have not published yet, the one I was talking about earlier, that one was like 52 minutes long. Yes, no, 50 minutes and 37 seconds. So if I can beat my record, that'd be pretty thick. That'd be huge. Because part of it's about just trying to, you know, break a record for myself, and part of it also is just about, getting out of Mirror Dungeon quickly. Because as I've already complained about, like, it's the same stuff every week. I tell you what, for those of you who are, for whatever reason, actually listening to this whole, I don't want to call it a rant. It's not a rant. A soliloquy? It's not even that, you know? Just me rambling. Whatever word, you know, whatever word I should be using there. But, for anyone who is listening to this and who enjoys Limbus, I have a question for you. A good question. It's the goodest question of all questions. You're gonna like it. Probably. And my question to you is pretty straightforward. There we go. My question to you is pretty straightforward. Who do you think is gonna be on Walpurgis Night? I have seen the, I guess it's a trailer for the upcoming Walpurgis Night. I think it was a Faust identity, a very important Faust identity. The real question is, because I never finished Library of Ruina, so I know who that character is, mostly because of spoilers, sadly. But the question is it going to, I can't tell, since I didn't finish Library, I can't tell if Faust's identity is going to be based off of that character just as an individual, or if it's going to be Baby's first color fixer, you know what I mean? I wonder. And I don't know, I don't remember what they said, or if they did say or announce who the other two characters who would be getting crap would be, let alone what it would be. It was, I think they said it was going to be 2 identities and 1 ego, yes? Or am I wrong? I might be wrong. Oh well. The important thing is that I have enough, I've got enough, lunacy. I can guarantee, a prize from, you know, from Walpurgis Night if I have to go to 200. And I tell you what, I think in for 2 of my Walpurgis pulls, I had to go to Hard Pity. 2 different Walpurgis Nights. Let me think. They were... The first time I went to Hard Pity for Walpurgis was to get Red Shoes Rodion. Because, I mean, it's Red Shoes. I recognize it from the first game. And it was a Bleed Ego. And at the time, Bleed still really sucked. Because that was that was released before the Blood Fiends. Basically before Chapter 7. Right? Because Chapter 7 was the Bleed Renaissance. Right? And so, Red Shoes Rodion was a huge band-aid to the fact that Bleed is just difficult to maintain as is. And you'll still kind of want it for your Bleed teams, but I don't feel like it's as necessary nowadays. And furthermore, it gets kind of frustrating anyway, because the bit on the ego that prevents Bleed from ticking is a single target bit, meaning that if you're fighting anything, right? Let's say you're fighting a boss that has 2 or more body parts. From what I understand, the single target nature of Red Shoes is going to prevent Bleed from ticking on just 1 of the body parts out of however many there are, which is pretty sad, pretty frustrating in my opinion, in my OP onion. You ever call it that? You probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't do a lot of the stuff that I encourage, you know? If I'm being honest with myself. Alright, let's hit up this question mark. Oh, hey, Paper Cranes. Shake my head, I guess. This gives me more ego resources, yeah? That'll work. Let me pull up OBS too. I thought so. It's getting a little dark. Not uber dark, but it's getting dark, noticeably dark, and it's, you know, it's getting harder for you guys to see me. So what we do here is we go to filters, is that right? That's properties. Let me try again. Filters, autoplay. Yeah, just take a bunch of damage immediately. I love it. Nope, wrong one. What is it then? Properties? Configure video. I found it. Backlight. Do I need more contrast? I can do it. I don't know that I really like that. I can make it ugly. I can make it ugly. How about that? Let me see. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I think I will just do this for now. Then add a little bit of brightness. Nothing too bad. That's like an extra 20 brightness. I don't know how that scale works, but just an extra 20. Gregor's like, I'm gonna Gregor all over the place. It's Mighty Morphin Gregor time. 45. That is such huge chutzpah. I remember a time in Limbus Company when the only way you could really get that kind of clashing potential was to use something like Blind Obsession on Ishmael or what's the Fire Moth? I forget what it's called. Alright, yeah, just use that 2 times a turn. That's cool. You gotta stagger, and that's the important bit. This is the final fight before the final boss of the run. So the sooner it gets over with, the sooner we can, you know, move on to the final boss. Kind of makes sense, right? I'm not trying to present some sort of logic puzzle. This is just reality. All right. One more turn. Yeah, everything's staggered though, so we should. You have used that 3 turns in a row. No, you've used that 3 attacks in a row. Which I'm okay with. I'm just genuinely shocked that that happened. Alright, cool, cool. But yeah, looking forward to Walpurgis Night as always. And apparently, because I skimmed through, might be a better word, through a bit of the live stream. There we go. Power this bad boy up. Yeah, lots of bleed, lots of bleed. Good stuff. Yeah, it's just more damage against anything bleeding. Do I need any of this? I'm going to have to upgrade this to actually get mileage out of it, but true damage is fine. We can do this because 2 people. Okay, that's fine. That's your max level. That's odd. I don't really need to upgrade anything else. More damage against staggered enemies. It's fine. Confirm. We're done, right? Like, this is... Did I hit leave? Did it crash? Okay, I was like, did it crash? Alright, I don't know who is weak to slash and pierce out of the 3. Is it Cassetti? Please don't be Cassetti. His stall strats really slow the whole thing down. Thank you. Oh, it's the fastest one. You're making up for the fact that you threw me against this stupid fire eyeball guy. I don't remember his name. Skin Prophet, I think. I really don't care about him. He's not difficult, he's just obnoxious, you know? And it's so sad that I've reached this point. Like, I sincerely adored Lobotomy Corporation. It still remains one of my favorite games. And I love how they introduced and incorporated the abnormalities into Library of Ruina, right? It's a card game, but then, you know, the abnormalities bring this almost puzzly aspect to the game, right? Because they have their own unique gimmicks that you got to dance around. I loved it. I did not like doing the boss rushes, you know, where I'd be an hour into the boss rush and screw up on a brand new boss at the tail end of the boss rush and have to spend another hour trying to get back there because I'm not good at deck building. Ha! I will forever hate the Jester of Nile. I just wanted you to know that, by the way. I will forever hate that creature. But, and it's a big but I really do, I do enjoy the SCP-esque flavor that this world has always had, this universe, right? The Project Moon universe has always had. But I don't know. After, and I think a lot of it is just desensitization, right? That's hard for me to say. Desensitization. With me, you know, playing against these creatures weekly, because I skip my thread daily, because I can. I don't want to deal with the boss fight. But with me fighting these things on a weekly basis, it's no longer fun and novel and interesting, it's just work. And I hate that, but I can't deny that's just where I'm at. It's just become work. No, I don't want to fight Skin Prophet. I never want to touch Blind Obsession. No, we're done. We are absolutely DUN done. And of course, my favorite character, or my favorite identity, gets MVP because of course she does. It's not that I played favorites or anything, it's just how it played out, I promise. Alright, I'm gonna claim rewards. Done. Done. Alright guys, YouTube in particular, I am done with this recording. I broke a record. This is 48 minutes and some change. I'll catch you guys next time. I do Mirror Dungeon or something else. Alrighty. In the meantime, take care.